I've seen a lot of comments about ORCA and people asking questions, you know, is it a good app? What do you think of it? And just so many questions. So I thought that you guys might benefit from a little bit of a review, just telling you what I think of it and showing you what the interface of the app looks like, and letting you make up your own minds. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so first things first, the sign up process was really easy and smooth. I'm a big fan of when apps like this make it as easy as possible to actually set up an account. So big points from me on that. Secondly, the deposits. So I found it really easy and quick to deposit my money, which was really nice because ORCA is a new app. So I know that a lot of the apps, for example, Freetrade in the beginning, it took them a while to get sort of the instant bank top-ups, and I think even now it's not very instant with Freetrade. I think that they are working on it to make it sort of better, and they've got the true layer stuff, but I found this a lot quicker than my top-ups recently with Freetrade. So definitely big points from me for the smoothness of the top-ups. It was literally almost instant. It took probably like a minute or so to arrive, which was really, really good. Now, I've been playing with the app for a while, so I've got some notes on sort of my thoughts along the way, and as I've done sort of research into the app and used it, I didn't want to sort of miss anything out on the video. So the other thing that I noted was the customer support. I was really happy. I've contacted them on the app, and the speed of response I've not really had in any of the other platforms that I use. I do think that customer service is really important, and with some of the other apps I have struggled with customer service. So I think if they can keep this up as they grow, I think it will be a huge selling point, because I believe that their customer service is 24/7 and it's meant to be sort of almost instant, and from my experience it has been, but I've not messaged them in the middle of the night because I like my sleep. But yeah, I know that they're a new company, so it will be interesting to see how this grows when they grow. But so far, like, really, really pleased. The next sort of thing to talk about that I think a lot of people would be interested in is the fees. And they do charge a £1 per trade fee. But as you've probably noticed from a few of my recent videos, I'm not entirely opposed to fees anymore. The more I've sort of become accustomed to trading, the more I think fees are okay, providing that you are smart when sort of dealing with fees. So for example, I've seen a lot of people talk about, you know, not letting the fee per trade be more than 1% of the value of the trade. So if this is a £1 per trade fee, I wouldn't be sort of doing trades on a regular basis that are less than £100 per trade, just to sort of have that trade-off, because then hopefully your gains over time will sort of offset that price, if that makes sense. And to be honest, I think with a lot of the other features that they have, the £1 fee isn't that bad. And when I've spoken about fees in my previous videos, I've mentioned, you know, bear in mind how much you want to be investing. So as I've said before, you know, if you want to be investing like £10 or £50 a month, then maybe fees are something that you need to be more aware of. But if you are sort of wanting to invest big chunks of money because you're aiming for financial independence, then having very small fees, you know, is offset by the experience that you're going to have on the app. So I do think that having good customer service is super important, and other people might disagree with me, and that's fine. We all have our opinions, you know. Some people love certain platforms, other people hate them. Some people value certain features over others. It all depends on your own personal values and trading styles. For me personally, I could talk about customer service for hours. It is such a key thing for me, and this has always been a deciding factor for me with previous apps that I've used. Not in terms of whether I use them or not at all, but more just sort of which ones I tend to favour and go more towards. So yeah, I don't know if you've picked up on that, but I'm going to stop talking about customer service now because I've spoken about it enough. The other thing to note is that there is no lag in the placing of orders, and I know that a few people have been burnt recently by this happening with other apps. Obviously you're not going to name names, but I have had people message me, you know, saying I placed this order at this amount and then it was executed at this amount, so they were really annoyed. So there's no lag here. So again, that might be good if you're investing larger amounts, because for me the time lags don't matter as much, because whether I pay like £10 for the one share I'm buying of something or like £10.50, I'm not too bothered. Like if I was buying larger quantities, obviously it makes a difference, but I don't tend to invest large quantities at one time. So yeah, something to think about. I think that's one thing that a lot of people will enjoy and care about, so I thought it's worth mentioning. The other thing to mention that I really like so far, and I believe that they are developing this further, is that they are trying to gear themselves towards beginner investors in terms of having like definitions of market terms and more sort of educational content. So some of it you can already see on the app. So you can see, for example, when you go into the PE ratio, you can click the little question mark next to it and it tells you what PE ratio actually is, which is a really cool feature. And it tells you the ex-dividend dates. I love that, honestly, absolutely love that, because this is a feature that's so useful. I always have to go and look up the ex-div dates. So being able to have it sort of in the app, I think is brilliant. I got really excited when I saw that. I haven't seen it for every stock I go into, but like I said, they are still sort of building the app. So obviously more to come. And I know that on their roadmap, they are planning to do more sort of educational content as well to help teach people about investing. I wanted to take you into the roadmap. So this is publicly available if you're interested, but I was having a look at this earlier and I really like this. I do know Freetrade did something similar when they were launching, and I found it really useful just tracking what was happening. So you can see here some of the things that they are planning to bring in. So you can see, for example, ISA accounts. They will offer free ISA accounts, which again is really good. The ability to offer a free ISA I think is brilliant. It's something that I really value. Like, I will not pay for my ISA. It's not something that I'm interested in doing. So really happy to see that they will offer free ISAs. I haven't decided yet where I'm going to put my ISA from April. So obviously my current ISA is sitting with Trading 212, but I'm not sure that I will continue that from April. So we'll see whether this is ready for April, and if it is, then I might actually do it with them. Education for investors, so this is what I mentioned. They're sort of coming up with educational content to have on the app. Price alerts, in-app stock lists, additional features membership, US stocks, so we'll get onto that in a second when I talk a bit about the cons. New order types, limit order and take profit, again a really good thing to offer. And economic calendar, so all important events related to your portfolio in one screen. So I think that's brilliant. And then new instruments, European launch. So again, I have a lot of European followers who sometimes can't access the apps that I use. So this might be good news for some. And self-invested personal pensions. So again, a really good offering. So those are all the like really cool things that they have coming up, and all the things that they already have that I think are awesome. On top of that, the final thing to mention on the things that I really like is something that I've mentioned previously on some of the other platforms, is the news feature. So they also have a feature where you can see news, which I think is really, really cool. I think it's really useful and it saves you a lot of time. So in terms of the things that I'm not so keen on, obviously I've already spoken about the fee. I'm never going to be 100% on board with fees, but like I said, you get a lot in return, and if you're smart about it and you make sure that it's never more than 1% of your transaction, then it's not too bad. The other thing that I'm currently not too keen on is the fact that they are limited in the stocks that they offer. But if you remember the roadmap, they are planning to offer US stocks and new instruments as well. So whilst they currently only offer the UK stock markets, they will be expanding to offer more stocks. And again, I think this is pretty common for an app that is growing. So whilst it's something that I'm currently sort of thinking isn't great, it is something that they are going to fix. Now, my biggest issue with the app is quite interesting, because I was ready to sort of come on here and be like, I hate this, like I'm really not okay with this. But after that is when I saw the roadmap, and I can see that they're planning to deal with this and change it. So again, whilst it's like a disadvantage at the moment, it's not going to be that way forever. And what I'm talking about is the ability to trade with unsettled cash. So essentially, when you sell a stock, you're going to have to wait about 2 days before the cash from that sale is available to you for withdrawing or for investing into another stock. Like I said, this for me was a huge deal, and I was sort of ready to come on here and be like, this is not good, I'm not sure I can support this sort of thing. But I think it's an issue because they're a new app, so that's why at the moment this happens. But like I said, it's on their midterm roadmap, so they are planning to allow trading with unsettled cash. They do also have the offer of get free stocks if you refer a friend. So I will put the link down below if you're interested. It works a little bit different to the other offers. So with this one, you use it, top up, and then you have to make 3 trades before either of you get the free stock. But again, they are brand new. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Like I said, I've seen loads of people talking about it, and initially I was sort of worried about trying out new apps, because I always get comments of people saying things like, why do you use so many apps and things like that? But this is the nature of what I do now. You know, I'm on here helping you guys decide what you want to do, and I do feel like sort of looking at different platforms is a part of that. Let me know if you disagree. Keen to know your thoughts, but also keen to know your thoughts about the app. So if you have tried it already, let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree with the stuff I've said. And if you haven't tried it and you decide to try it, also let me know what you think of it. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've got this far, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.